Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Progressive Rock and Metal album review series. And today I am going to be taking a look at two solo EPs from one of my favourite singers of all time in the progressive rock genre. The one and only, the lovely and very talented singer, songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Anne-Marie Helder. And the first time that I became aware of Anne-Marie Helder was in 2009 when I went to see John Wetton and Geoff Downes Icon at St Mary Le Bow Church, which was a very special one-off London concert that they put on. And Anne-Marie Helder was the special guest singer in the band. And to me, she was one of the standout musicians of the show. She has a very lovely and angelic voice. And when you hear her sing, you know straight away it's her because she has such a very unique and haunting vocal range. And aside from being an amazing singer, she is also, as I mentioned, a very talented musician and a multi-instrumentalist and plays a number of different instruments, from electric to acoustic guitars to piano and keyboards to flute to percussion, you name it. Anne-Marie Helder plays them all and plays them very well. And since bursting onto the scene in the early 2000s, Anne-Marie Helder has played and collaborated with a number of different bands and artists, such as Creamy Jobe, Karnataka, who she played an important role with, and she has also played with Mostly Autumn, who she has also played an important role with. She has also co-led Luna Rossa with fellow Panic Room bandmate keyboardist Jonathan Edwards. She has also played with Fish of Marillion, Dave Kilminster, Tigerdragon, Ian Jennings, Parade, you name it. Anne-Marie Helder has collaborated with them all. And of course, she is best known as the singer and frontwoman for progressive rock band Panic Room. So for today's edition, I am going to be taking a look at her two solo EPs that she has released under her name. And I'll be talking about both of them individually, and I'll be choosing which one I think is the best one. Bit of a hard one, really, when you've only got two EPs to choose from, but I can honestly tell you that both of them are very good and very enjoyable, and they make for great listening as well. So we're going to start with the first solo EP that was released in 2004, and this is The Contact. So The Contact is Anne-Marie Helder's first official recording that she released as a solo artist. And I suppose in a way you could kind of look at it as maybe a warm-up for Panic Room, because Panic Room would come out just a few years after this EP. And it's a lovely recording. It's very much an Anne-Marie Helder solo affair. She plays all of the instruments herself with a little bit of contributions from guest guitarist Dave Kilminster, and it's very enjoyable. As I said, there's only 6 songs, but they make for great listening. So we've got Blood Red Sky, Exodus, Autocratic, Stallions and Nags, No Other Lover, and Murder. It's a very lovely and enjoyable recording, and as I said, it's just only got 6 songs, but they still make for great listening. So we'll just have a quick look. As I said, there's just not really much to go with, but it's very enjoyable. And as I said, Anne-Marie Helder plays all of the instruments herself, and Dave Kilminster guests on 4 tracks playing electric guitars. But it's very, very good. So the standout songs for me are Blood Red Sky, Autocratic, No Other Lover, and Murder. But by and large, it's pretty enjoyable, I would say. Very hard to find. I spent a lot of years trying to look for this, but it was definitely worth the search, and it's one of my prized possessions, and it's very enjoyable, I would say. So as we move on to the next solo EP, and this is a live EP, and this is simply Solo Live. So this is from a 2009 tour when Anne-Marie Helder was the support opening for the band Ultravox, and she just plays a little acoustic set on acoustic guitars and sings, and it's very enjoyable, I would say. Again, another hard one to find, but Highly recommended if you can find it. So we've got 5 songs on this live solo EP. We've got Hand It Feel, Dominoes, Pace, Starbucks Star, and The Grace in You. It's a very good solo live EP. As I said, there's no other musicians. It's just Amory Helder singing and playing nice little bit of acoustic guitar. And as I said, Amory Helder is a very talented musician, and she can play them all very well. And she plays brilliantly on acoustic guitar. So I would say standout songs for me are Dominoes, Pace, and The Grace in You. But all in all, it's very enjoyable. Bit short, but at the same time, very enjoyable. So there you have it. Amory Helder solo live. So which one do I think is the best one? Well, it's pretty easy. The Contact. It's very good. As I said, it's kind of like a warm up for Panic Room because a lot of the songs on here do sound very similar to Panic Room, and this is a style that they would adapt to their music later on, but really good. And as I said, it really showcases how good of a singer Amory Helder really is. So if you can find this album, I highly recommend you check it out. It's really, really good. So there you have it, my favourite album of the 2 EPs, Amory Helder, The Contact. So there you go. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite Amory Helder solo EP? Is it The Contact or is it solo live? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourites. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will be back next time for another edition of the Progressive Rock and Metal Album Review Series, where I am going to be taking a look at the very impressive catalogue from one of my favourite bands of all time in the progressive rock genre, which features Amory Helder as the singer and frontwoman, which is, of course, Panic Room, so make sure you don't miss that. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.